Hey everyone, Autumn Leaf here. It's been quite a while since I have done one of these videos, and the lighting is atrocious. I apologize. We're not helping, are we? That light from the window is really casting a glare. I don't know what we're gonna do. It's just gonna be bad. Okay. Trying to get back in the routine of working on dolls. I've way too long put them off between remodeling. I still have a huge project ahead of me, which happens to be the roof. I estimate that's going to be a $20,000 project. So let's start to supplement some income. So I did get an order off of Etsy for a surprise baby. I had just started this one, so I'm going to do a little bit more on it. This is actually a limited edition doll. I typically do not make as a surprise baby because they're usually not as expensive. But since I've already started, and it's been a while since I've made one, I may go ahead and go with that. So what I'm working on is Ella. And this is by Cassie Brass and Rachel Menard. And there's her face. I do anticipate it's going to be a girl. And I'm figuring this baby to be very young. So I'm trying to do some pretty profound mottling. Which of course the glare, there you can kind of see it all over. There we go. You can see. I did see a baby a while back, and maybe was around the 3-week mark, and I was actually impressed with how purple this baby really was with all the mottling in it. And I was like, oh, okay. I usually go kind of light. I think we tend to look more around the 3-month area than the fresh newborn. But I think this one I'm going to try to get in that month range as far as skin tone goes. So what I've done is I've put a few layers down. I've started some accents. You probably can't see because of the glare. Nope, you can't see it at all. But I have started a little bit of a red stork bite here and some toning. But it was pretty funny. I'm going to kind of work as we talk. I was in line yesterday, and the woman there had a baby who was about 4 months, and I'm going to say about 4 months because it was starting to get a tooth and it was drooling. And all I could do, you know, everyone's talking to the baby and making over, and he's just being as cute as can be. And here's the doll artist looking at the baby, and the baby's like this close to me, you know, and I'm literally staring at this baby's eyebrows and hair pattern. I wanted to whip my phone out and take a picture close up of, you know, the back of the baby's head. I was like, oh my gosh, they probably think I'm crazy. And of course, you know, with permission, I will run my hand across the baby's head and stuff. And people do that, but they don't do it for the same reasons I do. So if you're into making dolls, just be aware that you're going to start doing that when you see a baby, and you may need to warn people. It's just a thing. I don't know. All right. So I did some toning. I did a little bit of creases and stuff. So we want to keep on moving along. And I'm thinking I want to be very careful with the yellow on this one. But I do want to find, I typically have these in better order than I do right now, my red Well, I need to do a purple too. Yeah, we're going to do this one. We're going to do a little bit more skin tones to give some layers to cover up those mottling marks is what we're going to do. When you do the layers, that is what puts everything underneath. Actually, I think I'm going to do some veins. I haven't did veins. You can see it's been a while, and I think I put way too much in there. Don't need much to do veins. I mean, if you look at your body, your veins don't typically stand on top of your skin like a birthmark or a scratch would. It's underneath. And to give that illusion, you put it on early, put your layers on top, and it will make it look like that vein is underneath the skin and not above it. So that's why you should put veins on early. And I'm just going to use the typical Bountiful Baby vein. I know you can play around with colors and get your own hue of vein. This to me works well, especially if you're going to put a layer of purple on top of it. It really brings it out. And then I also, to do some blue, like around ankles and stuff. That's where you're typically going to see some of them darker colors too. Just some marks. Ooh, my little knots are coming up. Alright, so let's get a brush just to make some blue. I really do need to get, I know I keep saying, I really need to get back into this. One is you don't want to lose your technique. Two, I don't like to be rushed making dolls. I like to be able to take my time. I know you can get a routine down and you can spit these out rather quickly. But, I mean, it's hard for me to believe that this is August 1st. July just went super fast. Like June, I don't feel like went super fast. But July went crazy fast. So, I'm thinking it's not going to be long and Christmas is coming. And I do have a full-time job. This is my side hobby. The millennials will recognize that. I think there's a study done where it's like, I don't know, 50% of them want to have a side business. But this, to me, every year that I've done dolls, and if you're looking into doing dolls, has paid for Christmas. Christmas is typically when I have the most orders and the biggest rush of them. I've got some new brushes. I might try one for veins and see how it does. So you don't want to wait till the last minute. You want to have a stockage of dolls, different kinds. You want to have closed eyes, open eyes, boys, girls, infants, up to toddlers. Not, I wouldn't say quite so much, but getting up towards there. Ooh, this isn't a very good brush. Open up. But you want to have that stuff on stock. If you do fantasy type dolls, you want to have a couple of those. If you do them along with regular ones, like I do some, so I try to have that for what people are looking for. And of course Halloween is coming up, and that's when you're going to get people wanting your zombie babies and monster babies. So if that's something that you're interested in, always think you're going to have to be 2 months ahead. Because people typically don't want to wait. They want to see it and buy it. So you need to get it stored up. And don't think just because you have created a doll and it did not sell right away, that it won't. You may have to sit on some inventory for a while. And that can be hard for people if they don't have the resources or the money to be able to do that. Like if you're starting out. But like I said, Christmas, you know, of course people have birthdays, Mother's Day, Halloween are big selling times for dolls. So keep that in your head. If you make one and say it's February or something, it may be a couple months before you sell it for the price that you want. Put it that way too. Alright, so we're just going to do our little squiggly things and make some veins. Veins are always pretty prominent around thin areas of skin. I'm sure you can't see that because the lighting is horrific, but it's going up there. It's there, I promise. And you look at yourself, you know, where you see them on you, a baby's probably going to have it too. Except that you might see it more around here than you do on people. And here, of course, on their eyelids. It's big places that you see these little veins. And don't forget the red capillaries either. It's not all about blue veins on a baby. You definitely want to make sure they're not straight. And you got little ones branching off. And it's okay to start out really light and then go back across it and make it dark. It's hard if you start out really dark to try to lighten that up. So do be careful with blue. Blue can get you. But then on the other hand, you're going to put a lot of layers on it. So if you go too light, it's going to disappear on you. And you don't want that to happen. Because then again, it'll be hard to make it look like it's under the skin and not on top of it. If you have to go back over it because you've lost it with the layers. So I'm thinking that's what I'm going to have time to do today, is get these veins on and do a layer. They did request that this is a surprise baby, so it's up to me what's going to be here, but she did request that it had hair, and that was it. So I did grant her that request, but as far as color, how much, style, that's going to be up to me. Being that this to me is going to be a very new baby, it's going to be short hair. Granted, there's some babies out there that could come out and wear a bow. But this one's not going to be that. Or I don't anticipate that. Sometimes you get in the mindset of how it's going to look, and that's not how it ends up at all. It's crazy. Okay, I don't know if this is going to show up. Sorta. If you looked really hard and imagined really hard, you'll see this vein coming up through here. Oh my gosh. Kind of didn't see it. But I'll stop there. Let me know, guys, if you want to continue to see the process of this baby being transformed. I do think it's going to take a couple weeks to get it done just because of time issues. But I have, pretty sure my custom babies are 6 weeks time given. Of course, I can get them done sooner than that. That's good, but they will be done by that 6-week mark. It could be a lot of late nights if that's what it takes. That's what it takes. But let me know what you guys think. I think right now, as far as just the kit goes, I'm liking Ella a lot. This is a sold out baby. Unless someone has it on eBay or selling from their own stock, you can't buy it. But let me know what you guys think. I love hearing your comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that great stuff. And until next time, bye.